After 3 years of dating, she told me she was terminally ill. I worked day and night to save her. One night, as I was again getting completely wasted, a trending post popped up, faking a terminal illness, watching the clown entertain. The accompanying photo showed me passed out by a trash can. In the comments section, she laughed, "Just a test." Turns out she was a major director, and I was the most dedicated clown in her act. The light from the phone screen stung my eyes, piercing my heart like needles. The comments section was even more jubilant, with countless netizens attacking me. They said I deserved to be tricked, that I was incredibly stupid. This guy is seriously too naive. How could he fall for such a cheap trick? Terminal illness. And he believed that. Jude, don't love that much. Ha ha ha. My heart goes out to this guy for a second, but that woman is just too cruel. She practically played him to death. My hands trembled as I scrolled down, the glaring words like sharp blades, shredding my last shred of dignity. But what chilled me most was that in the comments section of that Twitter post, she actually liked the Twitter post and replied, "This is a test for him. I hope he passes." A test. What a test. Suddenly, my stomach churned violently. I slammed away the glass of liquor in front of me, the glass screeching loudly. It then crashed to the floor, shattering into a pile of broken glass. "Ethan, what the hell is wrong with you?" "Mr." Walter's face turned ashen, and he swore loudly, "Do you have any idea how expensive this liquor is? Can you afford to pay for it?" I looked at him coldly. This bloated, greasy man, to raise money for Scarlett's medical expenses. I had humbly begged him for a whole month just to get this dinner tonight. In the past, for money, I could endure his torment. I could endure his verbal insults. I could even force myself to swallow the liquor he offered, even if it was tainted with his saliva, despite the nausea. But now, I was fed up. To hell with your liquor. What if I don't drink it? You, Mr. Walter was startled by my sudden outburst, pointing at me speechless for a long moment. I didn't bother to look at him again. Turning around and walking out of the private dining room, I pulled out my phone, found Scarlett's number, wanting to demand why she would do this to me. But, looking at that familiar number, I hesitated. All these years, had she not felt any of my kindness towards her? Could she really be so heartless as to deceive me like this? No, I don't believe it. Something must be wrong. I ran back like a madman to our rented apartment, wanting to get a clear explanation. As I entered, I saw Scarlett lounging on the couch, idly flipping through channels with the remote in her hand. "It back?" she asked without turning her head, her tone devoid of any concern. "Yeah, I am back. How are you feeling today?" "Same as always. Dizzy, nauseous, no energy," she said, frowning, appearing truly uncomfortable. After seeing those comments earlier, I was furious, desperate, even thought about breaking up with her completely. But as soon as I saw her fragile appearance, I couldn't help but soften. "Oh, right, I want sweet pudding. Can you make me a bowl?" Her tone carried an undeniable command. I froze for a moment. It's winter. Where would I find fresh lotus seeds? It's winter. I don't care. So what if it's winter? I want sweet pudding. Don't give me such pathetic excuses. Where am I supposed to find fresh lotus seeds in winter? Scarlett, don't push it. I practically roared, the pent-up anger no longer controllable. She always made such unreasonable demands, and if I couldn't meet them, she'd throw a tantrum. I used to think her illness made her more delicate. Now I realized it was because she randomly picked a comment from the comments section for me to fulfill every day, then she'd upload it online for others to see, just to satisfy her perverse, twisted sense of humor. Scarlett, tell me honestly, are you even sick? Scarlett's face fell. Ethan, are you doubting me? Do you not love me anymore? I sneered, tossing my phone in front of her. The trending Twitter post was starkly visible on the screen. Love. Loving you means being played for a fool. Loving you means being mocked like an idiot. Scarlett's expression shifted, but she quickly composed herself and said dismissively, "Oh, what's there to be angry about? I was just kidding. Kidding. Kidding with your own life. Does it make you happy to see me exhaust myself like a doormat every day, always trying to please you?" I was a 24-year-old man, constantly worried about her medical expenses and earning money. My hair had started to turn gray, and I only slept a few hours a day. On top of that, I had to deal with her unreasonable demands at any given moment, like a puppet on strings. "Oh, come on, I was just messing around." "Scarlett, Seeing my genuine anger softened her tone. I just wanted to see if you were truly devoted to me. Devotion. I sneered. To test my devotion, you fabricated a terminal illness, and heartlessly watched me work day and night to raise money for you. Scarlett, your idea of devotion is truly cheap. Scarlett suddenly stood up. You think I wanted to? It was all for you, for our future. Take a look at yourself. You have no money, no power. If it weren't for me, you'd never amount to anything in your life. Her words pierced my heart. What about me? I am just telling the truth. I was only trying to gain some attention. Scarlett pressed closer, her face filled with scorn. Look at yourself, begging for medical expenses like a doormat, wagging your tail. You don't find it disgusting, but I am embarrassed for you. I reached out and shoved her hard. Scarlett's eyes flashed with shock. You dare push me? Scarlett shrieked, grabbed the ashtray from the coffee table, and slammed it to the ground. Ethan, what the hell is wrong with you? You good for nothing. How dare you hit a woman? I picked up one of the largest pieces of broken glass, and, without hesitation, threw it towards her feet. I did, so what? Don't your actions deserve it? Scarlett was startled by my action, and stumbled back 2 steps. Glaring at me, she abruptly turned, and rushed into the kitchen. I heard a clatter from inside. Wondering what she was doing in there, I sank onto the couch, exhausted, the light from the phone screen illuminating my weary face. Every post was about me, documenting the foolish things I had done for her. Venturing out in a heavy snowstorm in the dead of winter, to buy her favorite ice cream, eating instant noodles for an entire month just to buy her a limited edition designer bag, even though I was allergic to mangoes. At her cool request, I forced myself to eat a whole mango, almost losing my life as a result. Below every Twitter post were her nonchalant teasing and mockery, along with netizens' merciless laughter and insults. Haha, so he didn't die from the allergy after all. The accompanying photo showed my face swollen like a pig's head, my lips purple from the allergic reaction. Look how scared he was. I thought he was going to die. What a coward. The accompanying photo showed me lying in a Metro Center bed, pale and weak. Hell, do anything to gain my sympathy. Too bad. I am not falling for it. The accompanying photo showed me collapsing by the roadside, exhausted from raising her medical funds, captured and uploaded online by someone. The more I looked, the more heartbroken I became. Those trivial things I once thought were unintentional now appeared to be nothing more than material for her amusement. I irritably ran my hands through my hair, truly wanting to rush in and continue arguing with her. Just then, Scarlett walked out of the kitchen, holding a glass of milk. Ethan, don't be angry anymore. I was wrong just now. My attitude was bad. I apologize. She walked over to me, offering the milk, her voice soft. I truly meant no harm. I just wanted to see if you really loved me, if you were willing to give everything for me. We've been together for 3 years. I really want to marry you, to be with you forever. She was so gentle, unlike her previous coldness, and my expression softened. Ultimately, I still cared about her. The memories of these 3 years weren't something I could simply forget. It's late now. Come on, drink this, and let's get some sleep. We can talk more tomorrow, okay? Seeing my expression soften, she continued in a gentle voice. I looked at the glass of milk, touched for a moment. Ever since Scarlett said she had a terminal illness, I'd been too anxious to sleep every night. She would always warm a glass of milk for me, and watch me drink it before going to bed. Perhaps she didn't entirely not love me. I comforted myself with this thought, reaching out to take the glass of milk, my tone softening. You can't do this again. If there's anything, let's talk about it properly. Don't test me with things like this anymore, okay? I promise. I won't do it again. Scarlett nodded repeatedly, a genuine smile finally appearing on her face. Then drink it quickly. It won't taste good when it's cold, she urged me, a hint of barely perceptible anxiety in her eyes. I suppressed the strange feeling in my heart, and took a sip of the milk. The warm liquid slid down my throat, bringing a familiar sense of comfort. But just then, I suddenly felt something scratch my throat. On closer inspection, there were tiny, crushed pills mixed in the milk. I forced myself to ignore the discomfort and drank all the milk. I pretended everything was fine and handed her the glass. I am going to brush my teeth, and then I'll sleep. Scarlett took the glass and smiled gently at me. Go ahead. I'll wait for you. I turned and went into the bathroom, locking the door behind me. I turned on the faucet and forced out what was in my mouth. Under the light above the sink, I finally saw clearly. The things mixed in the milk were indeed crushed pills. My heart sank instantly. Scarlett, what are you trying to do? I remembered how every time I drank this milk, I would fall asleep quickly, and a few times I couldn't even hear my alarm clock, causing me to be late and have my wages docked. Damn it, sleeping pills. I suppressed my rage, flushed the pills down the toilet, and rinsed my mouth. All right, Scarlett, so you want to play games with me? I walked out of the bathroom as if nothing had happened. Scarlett was sitting on the edge of the bed, looking at me with a gentle expression. Why did you take so long to get ready for bed? Are you feeling unwell? She said, reaching out to touch my forehead. I subtly evaded her hand. No, I am just a bit tired. Want to go to bed early? Okay, then go to sleep. I'll turn off the light for you. I pretended to be sound asleep, my breathing even and deep. About half an hour later, I felt Scarlett gently nudge me. Ethan, are you asleep? I ignored her, continuing to feign sleep. She patted my face a few more times. When she confirmed I wasn't reacting, she relaxed. Finally asleep. You useless lump. I'll play right in front of you in a bit. I kept my eyes tightly shut, struggling to control my breathing, careful not to give myself away. A knock at the door sounded, and my heart leaped into my throat. Scarlett got up to open the door. Through the crack, I saw a tall figure enter. In the dim light, I recognized it was Dylan, the male model from next door. Baby, I missed you so much. Scarlett's voice was syrupy sweet and sickeningly affectionate, completely different from how she usually spoke to me. I missed you too, Scarlett. HMPH. I bet you missed my skills in bed, didn't you? Scarlett cooed playfully. All right, stop teasing. Let's start quickly. It won't be fun if your useless husband wakes up. What are you afraid of? He's taken the medicine. Even thunder wouldn't wake him. They actually started right by the door. I stared with disbelief, Scarlett clinging to the man like an octopus. I picked up my phone and activated the phone's video recording feature, my fingertips turning slightly white from how hard I was gripping. I had always thought she was overly enthusiastic with Dylan, but she always explained it away by saying they just had more to talk about as peers. Now it seemed utterly ridiculous. Baby, your dress is beautiful, is it new? Dylan held her, his movements inappropriate, his tone suggestive. Oh, you. I knew you'd like it. I'll only wear it for you from now on. Oh, how could I? You should save it for your husband. Those said no. His hands grew increasingly bold. Him. Scarlett sneered. He's just a useless waste. He's not even worthy of touching me, of appreciating my beauty. Listening to their increasingly explicit conversation, I suppressed the urge to burst out and continued recording. I needed to document all of this as evidence for my revenge later. As I recorded, Scarlett suddenly suggested, let's go to the bedroom, it's too cramped here. Dylan froze for a moment, then hesitated. Isn't this bad? What if he wakes up? Scarlett shot him a sideways glance. What's there to be afraid of? It's not like we haven't done it before. Are you scared now? My stomach lurched with disgust, and a chill shot from my feet to the top of my head. She actually often did that with other people right next to me while I was asleep. I clenched my teeth tightly, my fingernails digging deep into my flesh, yet I felt no pain. Scarlett, you are far more malicious than I ever imagined. I quietly put my phone away and activated the phone's audio recording feature. I tiptoed back to bed, resuming my fake sleep. Soon after, they entered the bedroom. With my eyes closed, I listened to them flirting and playing right next to me, feeling every word pierce my heart like a sharp blade. Gently, don't make too much noise. Scarlett's voice was very low, yet it couldn't hide the excitement and desire in her tone. I felt like I was losing my mind, wanting nothing more than to jump up and tear that cheating pair to shreds. The sounds in the room grew louder, and Scarlett's voice became more unrestrained, as if she were deliberately pushing my limits. Finally, it grew quiet, but my taut nerves dared not relax even slightly. I felt the mattress dip slightly. They had actually laid down right next to me. They whispered brazenly beside me, Scarlett, when are you going to break up with him? Dylan's voice held a hint of impatience. I can't stand all this sneaking around. What's the rush? My popularity is soaring right now. Breaking up at this point wouldn't be good. Let's keep him around a bit longer. He's only useful for this. You see, Dylan sounded a bit displeased. But he's still your boyfriend, what if he finds out? So what if he finds out? He won't be able to let go of me anyway. He's a shameless doormat, you can't even get rid of him. Scarlett's tone was full of contempt. My entire body turned ice cold, as if plunged into an icy abyss. I couldn't believe that the woman I had loved deeply for years saw me this way. I had given my all, sacrificed everything for her, even my dignity. But in the end, I had become an utter joke. Scarlett, all right, enough talking. He's still useful to me right now. Once I've squeezed every last drop of value out of him, I'll kick him to the curb. Then, it'll be all yours, okay? Scarlett's voice was sickeningly seductive, making me feel nauseous. Scarlett, don't worry, I'll wait for you, Dylan promised confidently. I quietly turned off the phone's audio recording feature, and slowly sat up from the bed. What are you doing? Scarlett noticed my movement, her eyes snapping open as she looked at me warily. I looked at her coldly, a mocking curve playing on my lips. What? Did I interrupt your fun? Scarlett's face changed, her eyes darting. You heard everything. What do you think? I squeezed out the words through clenched teeth, my gaze as cold as if I were looking at a corpse. Scarlett's face was pale, her body trembling slightly, but she still forced herself to appear calm. Ethan, let me explain, it's not what you think, not what I think. I interrupted her, my voice full of sarcasm. Then tell me, what is it like? Were you two madly in love, unable to help yourselves? Or was I just imagining things, my love unrequited? Scarlett was speechless, only able to look at Dylan for help. Dylan was also flustered, but he still braced himself, and stepped forward, saying, Ethan, calm down, get out. I roared, kicking the nightstand violently, both of you, get out. Dylan was startled by my sudden outburst. Scarlett's face also turned pale, not daring to say anything more. The two hastily dressed, and fled my room as if their lives depended on it. I slumped helplessly onto the bed, looking at the mess in the room, feeling utterly cold. A year ago, she suddenly told me she had been diagnosed with stomach cancer. I was stunned then, feeling like my entire world had collapsed. She was my girlfriend of 3 years. We had originally planned to get married by the end of this year. I held her tightly, constantly comforting her. Don't be afraid, it'll be okay. Medical technology is so advanced now. You'll definitely be cured. Ethan, I am scared. I don't want to die, I said firmly. You won't die, I won't let you die. I'll do everything I can to cure you. To cure her, I quit my stable job, and went to a higher paying company, working day and night, just to earn more money. I took on all kinds of dirty and exhausting jobs. As long as it made money, I was willing to endure any hardship. Yet, even so, the exorbitant surgery fees weighed on me like a mountain, suffocating me. To raise money, I sold my car and apartment, even sacrificing my dignity to borrow from relatives and friends. During that time, every day was agonizing. Just when I thought everything was moving in a good direction, I unexpectedly discovered this trending topic. It was then I understood why every time she went for a follow-up at Metro Center, she wouldn't let me accompany her, claiming she didn't want to delay my work. Every time I asked about her condition, she would always be vague, beating around the bush. Turns out, everything was a lie. She never had a terminal illness at all. I threw all her belongings into the trash can as if they were garbage. After doing all this, I felt empty inside, as if something important had been ripped out of me. Hollow, yet faintly aching. I had no intention of letting her off. I found some paparazzi and gave them the videos and audio recordings. Sure enough, before long, many posts titled "Major Entertainment Industry Scandal" appeared on Twitter. Netizens eagerly speculated about the main characters, with all sorts of rumors flying around. However, 2 days passed, and there was no movement online. Those warning Twitter posts were all completely deleted, as if nothing had ever happened. Just as I was wondering, Scarlett called. Ethan, you want to expose me? Scarlett's voice on the other end of the line was arrogant. Let me tell you, I have plenty of money. What kind of dirt can't I buy off? Do you think you, of all people, can do anything to me? Even if it kills me, I'll make sure she pays for this. Is that so? I always find a way, I said in a cold tone. I am warning you, don't try any tricks, or you'll regret it. Get lost. I hung up the phone decisively. I drafted a long Twitter post, There were no flowery words, just a simple, unadorned narrative. I wrote about how we met, how we fell in love, how I gradually stepped into the trap she set, and how she cheated and drugged me. I detailed everything. Then, I uploaded the video and audio, and hit send. As expected, the Twitter post, once published, exploded like a bomb, instantly igniting the entire internet. Holy moly. That woman is absolutely vicious. Faking an illness for money and cheating. I've seen Scarlett's videos messing with him. I already thought she wasn't a good person back then. My heart goes out to the op. 3 years. His youth wasted on nothing. And she even drugged the op to do disgusting things. In the comments section, netizens were indignant, tagging Scarlett and Dylan and demanding an explanation from them. Scarlett's Twitter account was instantly overwhelmed with a deluge of abusive messages. I knew this farce wouldn't last long. The forces behind Scarlett would definitely intervene. Public opinion, after all, can always be manipulated. What I needed to do was use this wave of attention to nail her firmly to the pillar of shame. I contacted a lawyer, a man known in the industry for being sharp-tongued and ruthless. It was said that no case handled by him had ever been lost, as expected. Within a few days, the trending topic was suppressed, and my Twitter account was blocked. Scarlett issued a lawyer's statement on Twitter, claiming that everything I published was libel, and that she reserved the right to pursue legal action against me. In the comments section, the netizens who once supported me now began to accuse me, saying I was ruthless for money, willing to fabricate lies for publicity. I was also fired from my company. The reason given was disorderly private life, affecting the company's image. I didn't care, it was just a job. Gone was gone. Moreover, I had already accepted an invitation from a foreign tech company. They offered very generous terms, with an annual salary several times higher than mine. Actually, I had always been a software engineer. Programming was my forte. If it hadn't been for Scarlett, I would have accepted this company's invitation long ago. Now, I could finally pursue my dreams without any reservations. I arranged with the foreign company to start work a month later. During this time, I began handling various procedures, including visas, renting an apartment, and so on. And, of course, the lawsuit. At the trial, Scarlett's legal team proved to be formidable indeed. They portrayed Scarlett as an innocent flower deceived by me, the scumbag, saying things like she chose to hide her illness because she loved me deeply. The videos were all filmed with my consent, and the money was all given by me voluntarily. Listening to these outrageous lies, I almost couldn't help but burst out laughing. When it was our turn, my lawyer, in a slow, deliberate tone, said, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I have some evidence here that I'd like everyone to examine." As he spoke, he pulled out a document from the pile and handed it to the judge. This is what the defendant, that is, Scarlett, published online, videos concerning my client, along with related chat records. I believe that after reviewing this evidence, everyone will understand that everything my client has stated is entirely true. In the courthouse, those videos began to play. In them, I was played for a fool by Scarlett, like a clown. There was also content she herself published, showing she was faking her illness. Watching this evidence, Scarlett's face grew increasingly unsightly. Her lawyers also began to panic, whispering constantly, trying to find reasons to refute it. My lawyer ignored their panic and continued to speak unhurriedly. The defendant's actions have not only caused severe financial losses and emotional distress to my client, but also violated my client's right to his image. Therefore, we request the courthouse to order the defendant to return all of my client's property and issue a public apology. Ultimately, faced with irrefutable evidence, Scarlett lost the case. Not only was she ordered to return the $2.1 million I had spent on her over the years, but she also had to publicly apologize to me. The moment I heard the verdict, I felt a wave of relief. As I left the courthouse, I saw Scarlett standing at the courthouse entrance. "Ethan, let's talk." She stopped me, her voice hoarse. "There's nothing to talk about," I said coldly, trying to walk past her. "Ethan, I can give you the money back, but can we forget about the apology letter?" "I really can't," I scoffed, retorting, "Why should I forget about it? Scarlett, when you were toying with me, did you ever consider leaving me a way out? I know I was wrong. I truly know I was wrong. All these years, I've wronged you. But from the very beginning, I truly loved you." She was tears streaming down her face, clutching my sleeve and begging, "Scarlett, are you done with your act? Do you think a few tears can erase the harm you've caused me? She was speechless, looking at me with tear-filled, misty eyes, full of pleading. Do you really want to destroy me? I laughed in furious amusement. Didn't you destroy me first? Scarlett, ask yourself, did you ever love me? Do you not feel even a shred of guilt towards me? Her eyes darted, and she continued to lie. Yes, I do. No, you don't. I violently shook her off, sneering. You just enjoyed toying with me, enjoyed my sacrifices, enjoyed my humiliation, didn't you? She stumbled to the ground, covering her face and sobbing. I looked at her with disgust and turned to leave. Ethan, are you really going to be so heartless? She cried out resentfully after my retreating back. I ignored her, walking straight ahead. From now on, I would never look back. I sold off everything related to Scarlett, including the cheap pair of Starbucks mugs we bought together. I didn't even want to throw it in the trash. Instead, I smashed it into smithereens. Only after seeing it turn into a pile of fragments did I feel better. I went to see all the friends who had lent me money, and repaid them every cent. With a few days remaining, I returned to my hometown for a visit. For years, I had been busy, earning money for Scarlett's treatment, with no time to come back and visit. My hometown had changed a lot. The only thing that remained unchanged was the mottled iron gate of the home, and the leafy old oak tree at its entrance. I found Grandma, a kind and benevolent old woman. She still remembered me, and seeing me return, she couldn't stop smiling. I donated the remaining money to the home. Grandma initially refused to accept it, saying it wasn't easy for me alone, and I should keep it for myself. I told her I had money now, and this amount was nothing to me, to consider it my way of repaying the home for raising me. Grandma couldn't argue with me and finally accepted, saying she would buy new clothes, and new school bags for the children, and also build them a new library. Not long after I returned to my hometown, I heard that Scarlett wasn't doing well. After she published her apology letter, her career plummeted. Her former adoring fans now detested her, calling her a liar, a drama queen, a malignancy. The films she had made were boycotted. Their box office dismal. Investors suffered heavy losses and sued her, demanding compensation for breach of contract. When I heard this news, my heart remained undisturbed. There was only endless irony. Everything she was enduring now was her own doing. She had no one but herself to blame. In a foreign land, I worked hard to adapt to my new life, learning a new language, making new friends. She somehow got my new phone number, constantly calling to harass me. I blocked her, but she'd just get a new number and keep calling. I was so annoyed by her harassment that I finally couldn't help but answer the phone. Please give me another chance. Can we start over? Her voice sounded utterly exhausted. Scarlett, what nerve do you have to say something like that? Ethan, what will it take for you to forgive me? I've already lost everything. What more do you want from me? I said, word by word. Scarlett, the moment you decided to scheme against me, we were over. Now I just want to live my life in peace. You, don't bother me anymore. With that, I hung up without hesitation. This time, I just turned off my phone. I knew this was just a temporary solution. As long as she didn't give up, she wouldn't stop pestering me. I was utterly exasperated, yet helpless. Just after I finished lunch downstairs at my company, I saw Scarlett standing at the entrance. She had lost a lot of weight, her previously fair face now a sickly pale, and her once carefully styled hair had turned dry and brittle. Seeing me, her eyes lit up, and she said tearfully, Ethan, I finally found you. I frowned in disgust. How did you find me here? I asked around for a long time before I found this place. Ethan, can we talk? I snorted coldly and turned to leave. Ethan, don't go. Please, just give me 5 minutes. No, 3 minutes will do. She frantically grabbed my arm, pleading. I shook off her hand, saying impatiently, I have nothing to discuss with you. No, you do. She suddenly raised her voice. Ethan, I have cancer. It's late-stage bowel cancer. As she spoke, she pulled out a diagnosis report from her bag. This is my diagnosis report. If you don't believe me, look. I slapped her hand away, and the report scattered on the ground. I sneered. Congratulations, Scarlett, you got what you deserved. Her face was ghastly pale, and tears streamed down her face. Ethan, I truly know I was wrong. I shouldn't have treated you that way before. After I got cancer, Dylan left me, and all my friends started avoiding me. That's when I realized how good you used to be to me. I looked at her desolate appearance. There was no ripple in my heart, only irritation. Are you done talking? If so, I am leaving, I said coldly. I was truly impatient to hear any more. To me, it was all humiliating. Ethan, can you forgive me? I'll never make mistakes again. I'll be good to you, and stay with you, I sneered. Scarlett, what makes you think I would forgive you? I can't possibly forgive you. She collapsed onto the ground, sobbing. Ethan, I am sorry. I thought you'd never leave me back then. She was right. I did love her before, so much that I lost myself, so much that I humbled myself into the dust, but her actions had long since worn away all my love. I scoffed. Scarlett, stop disgusting me. All right. What did you use to treat me as? A plaything? A pet? Now that you're down and out, you remember how good I was to you. She gazed at me blankly, her eyes filled with regret. Why is it that now that I am actually sick, you won't even acknowledge me? I took a deep breath. I have work. I am leaving now. You should take care of yourself. Don't bother me again, or I'll call the police. With that, I stood up and left, not wanting to stay for another moment. Ethan, are you truly going to be so heartless? She still wanted to say something, but I was already far away. I never expected to hear news of Scarlett again until my girlfriend Sophia, and I returned to the country. At that time, I was accompanying Sophia in a mall, picking out gifts to meet her parents. How about this tie? Do you think your dad would like it? I held up a dark blue tie and waved it at Sophia. It's a bit too serious. My dad usually prefers more vibrant colors, Sophia said, tilting her head as she diligently helped me choose. How about this one? I asked, picking up another tie, a deep red one with a subtle pattern. This is great. My dad will definitely like this. Sophia's eyes lit up as she said with a smile. I was just about to put the tie in the shopping cart, when my phone suddenly rang. The phone screen showed an unknown number. Hello, who is this? I am a nurse from Metro Center. Scarlett, Ms. Scarlett, she's not going to make it. She wants to see you, see me. I scoffed. What does her dying have to do with me? What's wrong, Ethan? Who was that? Sophia asked, concerned. Seeing my expression, I shook my head at her, indicating I was fine. Then I walked aside and lowered my voice to the nurse on the phone. She and I have nothing to do with each other anymore. You've got the wrong person. With that, I was about to hang up. Wait. Suddenly, a chaotic sound came from the other end of the line, followed by a weak voice. Ethan, it's me. It's Scarlett. Scarlett's voice was very soft and weak, as if a gust of wind could scatter it. Ethan, please, I am begging you, come see me. I really miss you. Her voice was intermittent, accompanied by suppressed sobs, which made my heart churn with irritation. I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have lied to you, but I am dying. Please, give me one more chance. Let me see you one last time. I took a deep breath and said coldly, Scarlett, we're over. Whether you live or die, it has nothing to do with me. Don't call me again. What's going on, Ethan? Sophia asked worriedly. Seeing my grim expression, I shook my head and hung up the phone. Nothing, just a nuisance call. With that, I took Sophia's hand and continued to choose gifts. Sophia, let's go see what kind of perfume your mom likes. A few days later, I received another call from an unknown number. Hello, Ethan, this is Drive, Lewis, Scarlett's attending physician. A deep male voice came from the other end of the line. What is it? Scarlett, she's already. Drive. Lewis paused and said heavily, she's passed away. Just 10 minutes ago. Before she passed, she kept repeating your name. She had something she wanted to give you. Could you come over? My hand tightened sharply around my phone, my knuckles turning white. What is it? I asked, my voice hoarse. It's a letter she wrote to you. Burn it. I don't want to see it, I said indifferently, and hung up the phone immediately. Scarlett, this woman whom I once loved to distraction, now her life or death no longer stirred a single ripple in my heart.